His morning crew with Rob, Allison, and Jim.
I am so grateful you're along with us right now because we have one special guest you're going to love.
Stand-up comedian Chonda Pierce is also an author, actress, and documentary filmmaker. We're so excited to have Chonda with us this morning, and we want to hear about the man in your life. I believe he goes by the name of Jack Bauer.
Whoa.
Yes, he's the best. Look, he's the one I sleep with every night.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to explain now, Chonda.
Yes. Isn't he precious, though? If anybody can see this on Skype, he is a cutie. He is getting old, though. And what's so funny, he just heard his name, so he popped up. He's about 14. And in dog years, that's...
You have yet to say he's a dog.
Yeah, in dog years, that's really, really old. So that saying, it is true. The men out there my age are looking for women about 25 or 30 years old. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to push their wheelchair.
What kind of dog? what kind of dog is Jack Bauer, by the way?
He's a multi-poo.
A multi-poo. Oh, that's so sweet.
Which is really nice way of saying we don't know who his mother is or who his father is.
You got to love them much, Okay, so here's the cool thing. You're in this movie. You just sat down with like a ton of cool people. This is the movie called Unashamed. Theaters in May 7th and 9th. You sat down with the Benham brothers, Mike Huckabee, Michael Tate from the Newsboys, Danny Gokey. What did you learn from these guys as you talked with them in your movie Unashamed?
I learned that they've got a lot more money than I do.
Oh, come on.
I tell you what I love about this documentary, Rob, is for the first time there's I think I'm the only person alive that has had 3 documentaries. Usually they do those when you're dead. So I don't know what they're going to say after I'm gone. But all that to say, the first 2, Laughing in the Dark and Enough, was very autobiographical of what I was going through at that moment, and which was tough stuff. This one has nothing to do with my pain. It has everything to do with how much it has everything to do with the gospel and standing up for Jesus and how much I love him. The interesting thing, we're in a culture where we cannot argue correctly. If you don't vote like I voted, if you don't look like I looked, you are deemed stupid, and we're in a tough culture. Now, I say all that knowing we don't know persecution in this country yet. There are people that have been bombed, even as recent as this week. There are people beheaded because of their love for Jesus. There are martyrs out there that are really in tough places standing up for Jesus. So we're not those people. But I will say, the devil does it slyly. If that's a word. My husband just flipped in his grave. He's very sly at how he pushes back on those who stand up for the Lord. And so I interviewed some people who have had that pushback before. That because, the stance that they take on biblical issues and the way they interpret them, for the people that are out there in the limelight that once in a while, someone wants to jab at because they love Jesus. And so it was very interesting for me. It was, I intentionally picked an eclectic group of people so that we didn't, we don't all look the same. We don't have the same color of skin. And I picked those people on purpose because, most of them were men. Okay. Sometimes I was a little flirty, but all that to say, it was a group of people that have seen what the sneaky little way of pushback is when you stand up for the Lord. Yeah. And I know I'm repeating myself because it's 7:30 in the morning.
So Thursday you'll be at Barefoot Church in North Myrtle Beach. You've been doing stand-up comedy for a long time, so I'm sure you've got some super fans. How do you handle that, Chonda?
How do I handle Superfan?
Yeah.
I lock the door. Excuse me. The hard part about being in concert at places where, you used to live or, where there are lots of cousins is everybody needs a ticket, especially when something's already sold out. Everybody needs a ticket. And, cousins you never heard from in about 3 years. Oh, you're coming to town. You need to come over. And I'm like, I don't even know you anymore. But the fun thing about Myrtle Beach, I have the greatest and most fun memories about living in Myrtle Beach. So when I was a kid. So I'm hoping to find some old connections since I'm, on the market now.
Oh, my. Well, you know what? We know one super fan. Brian, come on over here. Brian's a part of our video crew. And he has to tell you about this one super fan. Come on over. So this is Brian. He's the tall guy that's standing next to me. He's about 8'9".
Yes.
As you can tell.
My stars.
Yes. Okay, so the super fan.
What is it?
Yeah, my mother-in-law, if you can help me get some brownie points. Is it this one?
You called her your mother-in-law.
Future mother-in-law.
Future mother-in-law. He's about to get married.
My stars.
She has a ton of your VHS tapes. She loves
VHS.
Yeah. She wanted me to tell you that you are a great witness of God's love and grace through all the trials and hard times she has been through, or you have been through in your life. Jesus' light shines through you. God gives us special talents, and God gave you a way to show people the love of Christ through a life of stories, using them as a witness through laughter and tears. I see Jesus through you. I look forward to your Mother's Day movie.
Wow, that is so precious.
So,
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
her name
But,
is Trina Meek. And she
For
will be-
anybody that still has VHS tapes, will you sneak over there to her house and take them away from her?
That's funny.
And at least get her a DVD player. Start, slowly teaching her how to stream.
Well, Shonda, can you help Brian earn some points with his future mother-in-law and give Trina a special shout-out?
Hello, Trina. Now, that really was sweet. And I don't take any of that for granted. That's really good. But a lot of that is God's doings and not mine. But tell Trina I said hello. Now, where does she live?
She lives in Clover, near Rock Hill.
Shut up! I used to live in Rock Hill when I was a little kid.
Oh, you might know each other.
Maybe she's your cousin.
We're probably cousins.
We're talking with Chonda Pierce. Chonda, you are amazing. Thank you for the time this morning. And we're going to be seeing you over in Myrtle Beach here real soon.
I know. It's good to see you all.